Welcome back to Talking Sports, brought to you by Birmingham Greyhound Racing. Kip Kiefer and the Legend here. We're going to go rapid fire here, Legend.
Let's do it.
Couple of things. We have gotten away from racing over the last 14 weeks because we had, football to talk about.
Yeah, football.
But I'm handing it back off here. A couple of quick tips on holiday ways to cash big. Horse racing.
Yes,
Gulfstream Park is open now in Florida. All the big horses, all the big riders, everybody will be down there. But a lot of them don't show up until after the holidays. You know, those folks celebrate Christmas and New Year's and stuff too. So one thing to look at this month, these next couple of weeks, purchase you a Gulfstream program on your way into the track and check the horses. If any horses have shipped in early from New York or Kentucky that show up now in these December Gulfstream races, get on board, because these are horses that they've moved down early to get extra work and get them ready for the winter season. And it's always a good bet when these horses ship in this month to face the Florida horses. A lot of them are going to be really ready to go because they have arrived early. So shippers, horses from Kentucky and New York in Gulfstream races these next couple weeks, get on board. And on Greyhound Racing, live Greyhound Racing today, 2 o'clock and 7:15 at the track. Play Dogs on Top. It's an easy bet, a 50-cent trifecta. You can pick a number and play, let's say number one, with all. One all. It's only a $21 bet. You'll be surprised how many times you cash, because if your dog wins, you win the try, because the all-in-all dog always win. So one all, or whatever number you like, a lot of times for a $21 bet, you'll average getting back $80, $90, even $100 for that $21 investment. If you can hit 3 or 4 out of the 12 or 13 on the program, you're going to walk away with a nice profit.
Nice money.
All right, so now let's shift gears and talk about the NFL.
Oh,
I know you got to like somebody in the NFL. I got a couple, but you can go first.
All right, I just got off the line with David Legend, and he told me he likes the Rams this week, and he likes Kansas City. The game I like, though, is in college, Kip. Yes, there is a college game. I like Army minus
Navy.
the 6 against Navy. Navy's dominated this series for years, but the Army has come back, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
their third in a row
Yes,
today.
so handing it off to you, brother. I like the Army today.
All right, in the NFL, I've been paying pretty close attention here. Green Bay fired their coach McCarthy this week. They're going to have Philbin, the former coach down in Miami, is going to be the new Green Bay head man. They're giving the Falcons 5.5. I watched the Falcons and the Ravens last week. The Falcons are done. They are not. They're mailing it in.
It's over.
Green Bay is going to have a new kind of attitude. They're in Lambeau Field. I think they rout the Falcons. Aaron Rodgers goes off. Take the Green Bay Packers minus 5.5. And the other game I like, which this team's on a roll, the Dallas Cowboys, but the Eagles are coming in, and the Eagles are starting to get it together. I just think a lot of people are going to go with Dallas. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Philadelphia and the 3.5 points. I like the defending champs. I think they're really starting to get it together.
No, I'll give you one more then. Hand
right,
it
go.
off to me. One more. This one's going to shock you, ladies and gentlemen. I like the Cleveland Browns getting 1.5 against the Carolina Panthers.
Wow, there you go.
Talking about a team that looks like they mailed it in, looked like they was headed for the playoffs.
Oh, man,
Carolina looked disinterested last week.
They did.
Cam Newton looked slow and sluggish. I like Cleveland in the upset, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's a shocker, but here on Talking Sports, we give you what other programs can't give you. Handing it back off, Kip. Can you handle it with your tooth?
I can handle it. I got a quick rant for you. We'll see if Legend has one to wrap us up. My quick rant is this. These guys that decide, I'm too valuable to play in the bowl games, I just find that to be very disturbing. I mean, I understand that millions of dollars could be on the line, but there's insurance policies and other things. If you're part of a team and your team goes to a bowl game, and thankfully we don't have anybody pulling this junk in the playoff games. That hasn't happened yet. But I've heard about 8 or 9 different guys that are not going to play in bowl games because they don't want to damage themselves before the NFL draft. I think that's kind of horse manure. The other thing is, and we'll talk about this in future shows when I have more time, after watching tons of football the last couple weeks, I am so sick of pass interference because both the pros and college have it wrong. In college, if a guy's got you beat, you just pull him down. It's a 15-yard penalty that prevents a touchdown. It should be more severely penalized. But the NFL's version is wrong too. You barely brush a guy 60 yards down the field, it's a 60-yard penalty. That's ridiculous. There's got to be 2 degrees of pass interference. There's got to be severe, or intentional or just incidental. And it needs to be different. They both have it wrong. Call me and I'll fix it, guys. Anything? We got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, let me have the ball. Right here it is. I'm going to give it to you right quick. Nick Saban. How is it that Nick Saban doesn't get Coach of the Year in and year out? Again, he's not SEC Coach of the Year. What does this man have to do? Go 26-0? Wake up!
They're going to give it to Dan Mullen or Stoops or whatever. So.
Stoops, he got it in one
Stoops
day.
got it. Unbelievable.
It's just unbelievable.
Hey, we got to go. We'll see you next week, and we'll start looking at bowl games. Kip and the Legend, thanks for tuning in.